Hello and welcome to another episode of the Be You Babe podcast. I'm your host, Rachel, and today I want to talk about messaging magnetism and what it even means, right? Magnetism is a word that's overused a lot because we all love the idea of magnets coming together, right? We just kind of get to be who we are and this magnet attaches to it, right? And we don't have to hustle and work. And I know most spiritual entrepreneurs don't fall into that category of wanting to hustle. They may feel like they need to hustle or that that's the way you get success, but they ultimately don't want to. I know I don't. I want to have everything that I do be as impactful as possible so that the time I do show up, it's making ripple effects, right? And it's not just one little story that's there and gone 24 hours later and has no effect later on, right? And messaging magnetism is putting more weight and energy behind your words so that perfectionism, meaning if the grammar's not right, if something is misspelled, or if the link is broken or something like that, it's not affecting the overall message, right? The algorithm and the algorithm changes. We all feel like we're out of mercy to the algorithm for Instagram and Facebook and all the things. But when we have true messaging magnetism, that stuff does not matter. I can tell you, I am not a perfectionist when it comes to grammar and spelling. I'm a really bad speller, actually. Um, and my message still gets to the people that it's meant to get to. It still finds those people and they are attracted to me because of the energy that I'm putting behind my words. And we're using and we're tapping into our higher selves and the universe and allowing all of that energy to help us promote our message, right? It's like having the universe as your PR director. I think somebody said that. Um, which I think is so true. Like when your energy is 100% aligned with your message. I hope you can, I don't know, maybe you can hear my kids yelling. Yeah, I think it's going to be something that's always going to be in pretty much every episode is some child yelling. Okay, tangent aside, back to messaging. And I believe there are actually two parts of this. And this is something that I have really understood on a deeper level in the last few months. Again, is the two parts are mindset, right? And using your unique blueprint, your human design. So, what do I mean? The mindset, if you believe that it won't work, no matter how much you are aligned with your energy, it's not going to work, right? I have 100% pushed against the mindset stuff, worked on my mindset. And when they are both aligned, when they're both in alignment. So my mindset is, yes, I believe this is working. It is working. I see evidence of it working. The mindset is there, right? And I'm using my unique energy in the way that I'm designed to use it. And I'm not trying to do a strategy or a way of speaking that doesn't work for me. That's when you have that messaging magnetism, right? That's when you can um, step down into your body, go down into your body and truly have that head and heart coherence. And you're not overthinking it, right? You're not overthinking every word that you say. You're not going, okay, I know that they have this pain and I want to get them this result. And how do I help them bridge the gap? It's not overthinking. And we're also not um, sitting here going, gosh, I really want another client. We never want to be writing from that energy of, I want another client. I need to write this post. We want to be writing from, what do I want to share today? What am I feeling pulled to, called to, however you want to talk about it? What what really wants to come through me today that I know my ideal client is going to deeply resonate with? That's the energy that we want to be writing from and speaking from and all of that, right? That gets the messaging magnetism online, right? Okay. So if we're going to use our unique blueprints in human design, what does that mean? And I want to break down each of the 5 types today. I've done this before, but maybe this will, maybe I'll say something in a different way that will like spark for something for you. So, manifestors, the visionaries, right? They are here with this like vision that is totally outside the box. It's something they're gonna like totally turn the head on their industry, or um, they just see a new way of being or doing in the world. That is their superpower. That is what their messaging is about. Is this big vision? Where are you taking the people? Right. And your I don't want you to be held back by feeling like your vision is ahead of its time, right? You can feel like it's like people aren't ready. I don't want you to be held back by that. That vision was given to you for a reason and you are here to share it. So share it, my dear. So you have the vision. Your offers are like train stations getting you closer to that vision, right? And maybe the vision keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger as you go. That's fine. But each train station offer is like getting them closer to the ultimate vision, whatever that looks like for you, right? And don't be afraid to be bold. I want to say it because you have a defined channel to your throat and it is incredibly powerful, and use it. Use it, use it, use it. It is there. And if you're struggling to open that throat chakra, like reach out because this is your superpower. This is something that is incredibly powerful when you're using it in alignment with who you are. So if you feel like your throat is not there, it's blocked, you're afraid, whatever, like please reach out. I love talking to manifestors and helping them open up their throat chakras and really being in tune with that defined energy to their throat. So, generators, let's talk about you. Passion, 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 passion. And maybe you've heard it before, but maybe you're also what a thing and shoulding all over yourself as well. But passion, you have to be passionate about what you're talking about. If you're not, it's like it's dead in the water, right? I have had periods where I wasn't necessarily, I was too much in my head, right? I got into the what ifs and the shoulds, and it kills the passion. Kills it, kills it, kills it. And so when you do show up, you're like, I think I'm gonna do this thing, and your energy is leaking, right? It's got all these holes in it with your what ifs and your shoulds, and it doesn't have the power of the sacral behind it anymore. It's like diluted, right? So tap into what are you passionate about, and then make sure you're not getting in the what ifs and the shoulds. Stay in your body, stay in that sacral power and that sacral yumminess. Um, Make sure that you're not telling stories about that passion, about what you want to do, right? What stories are you sharing, telling yourself in your head? Your messaging is about a repeatable process. So you're honing this, it's getting more and more refined as the more and more you do it, right? Brand brand that repeatable process, because that is the foundation of your message and it's the foundation of why people are going to hire you. Your repeatable process has a lot to do with your experience, with your talents, your gifts, but by and large, it's the thing that makes you unique and the thing that you're really good at. So brand it. And then making things conversational, asking yes or no questions or going, right? Or what do you think? And making things as conversational as possible within your copy in emails, like all of it, right? Ultimately, it's that sacral, you can rev up that sacral, and the frequency that you will be revving or like humming at is going to feel so juicy and so alive that people will be like, what is she doing? I want to be a part of it. Like that's the power of the sacral and the power of the generator. Same with manifesting generators. Passion, passion, passion. Where's your passion? And it could be the thing you're passionate about for decades, or it could be the newest passion that you're diving into and jumping down this rabbit hole and you really want to share and really want to tell people what it is that you're exploring right now. Make pivoting second nature. Know that the pivot's going to happen and be okay with it. Any advice I could give a manifesting generator is that I resisted it and it's not helpful. Enjoy the pivot. Go out, really lean into it and trust that it is always serving you and it's always serving your clients too. Um, you also have a process, something that you're honing, brand it, but give yourself room to shift within that process. So for me, this looks like it's a process, but I take that process into different offers in different ways. So part of it, maybe I have a low ticket offer that's only part of the process, or maybe my deeper one to one is the whole process plus something else, right? So it hone the process, brand it, but allow yourself room to kind of shift and pivot underneath of that. I hope that makes sense. And of course, like revving up that sacral, like staying in that head and heart coherence, get out of the what ifs and the shoulds. So powerful when you show up truly with that like lit fire. It's so magnetic. Projectors. Okay, so you have a laser focused energy, right? You can see and sense what needs to shift, change, transform for somebody to have a breakthrough, right? You see that so clearly for other people, and it's really hard to see for yourself. But you need to see it for yourself first. Trusting, seeing and trusting that transformation within yourself first is so paramount to being able to show up and be like, no, I've done this. Here's how I did it. Do you want that too? Right. And um, you're creating, okay, sorry, the kids are laughing. You have a way of creating results, and this is like your system, right? It's going to encompass your experience, your talents, your gifts, your unique energy, and that's your system. You can brand your system too and make that so unique to you. What modalities are you bringing together? Like all of that, right? It's unique to you. And when it brings in all of you, that's what is going to make it magnetic because people are like, "Ooh, this is different. This is new. Like, I want to be a part of this. I want the way she's doing it. It's different and it's nothing like I've ever tried before." And you're going to invite people into your world, right? You're going to ask them if they want to learn, if they want to grow, if they want to transform and expand and all those fun words. So the reflector is expansion. I love the reflectors. Your magnetism turns up when your environment is satisfying, when you're feeling so supported in your environment and the people around you, right? It allows you to really tap into creativity and tap into what is really going on and how can you share insights, share ideas that really help other people see it too. So you're almost creating a personal brand that's evolving, right? Personal brands evolve with the people. So your brand evolves as you do, especially with your open G. Allow it to be like, look, I don't know, I want to do this today, or I want it to look like this. And just know that that is truth for you. And that the more you do that, the more space you give other people to feel like, oh, well, it doesn't have to be this thing in this box. Like you're giving inspiration to other people to be as fully expressed as you are. Um, and your offers are evolving too. So sharing and reflecting what you're sensing and what you've learned and what do people need right now, right? You don't have to offer the same thing a year from now. That's not the point as a reflector is what do you see right now that needs to shift? Like that's what you're going to call it. You're not creating something because that's what people need in the past and what they've said. You're like, no, you're tapping into the now. You're tapping into this ever present now and looking into the future. Like, what do people need to do or shift in order to have what they want in the future? Right. So, when we're creating our messaging and our copy, like we're infusing our energy and putting our stamp on it, right? And structuring things, not a ton of structure, kind of the empties. Don't like the structure. Me too. But we're giving it a little bit of parameter so that it kind of quiets your brain like the brain is always trying to add structure and make things work and figure things out, right? So we're giving it a little bit of like some guardrails, right? So that your truth, your head and heart coherence and desire can all come through in your messaging. I want people so much to channel from their higher self what they need to write. I I am so on board with like getting rid of the old way of doing of checking boxes and persuasion. Like I want you tapping into your ideal client in an energetic way and understanding who they are so that you are so lit up to help them and so lit up and on fire to bring your gifts to them and help them in whatever way that is, right? Um, and this is actually what we're doing in becoming my one-to-one offer right now. There are 3 spots currently open for September. And this is it's going deep, but it's really giving you the tools to be able to communicate forever. Like I want you walking away going, I know how to talk about what I do. And if I pivot, I'm still going to know how to talk about what I do. There's no more, I don't know if this is the right way to say it, or just like spewing all of the things onto a page. You're tapping into your higher self and the person you're speaking to and understanding what they need to hear in that moment, wherever they are, and channeling exactly that, right? And feeling really, really good about it. Feeling like it's easy, right? It's easy to write. It's easy to create content. It's easy to write a sales page and get an offer out there. Talk about your offer and know exactly how to talk about your offer. That's the transformation of being this powerful person that knows exactly how to communicate her brilliance, right? That's magnetism. That's the power. Oh, there's so much power in being able to share your message, to share your voice with the world, because that's what we need more. We need more people standing up for in their truth and sharing it unapologetically, right? So that's what becoming is. It is you get the academy, all the downloads and all the recordings, plus my one-on-one workshopping twice a month for 4 months. Like we're going deep and truly understanding who you are and deconditioning a little bit. There's always a little of that, right? And truly going into what do you want to say? And why aren't you saying it? Right? And how can we clearly communicate that in a way that feels really good? So if you're interested in that, please reach out either via email or on social, all of those fun things. I will sell out. I have no doubt in my mind. I am going for a booked calendar. And beyond that, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week and we'll speak again soon next week.